Frank, over 150,000 good-paying jobs, 400 factories, profit sharing that just help grow so much, grow obviously for the employees, for the company, for yourself, for the Canadian economy. How did you create 170,000 good-paying jobs?
Well, as I stated earlier, I up to that time I only had managers participate in the profit sharing, but I saw this huge market out there. It was the time when Canada entered in a free trade agreement with the United States and Mexico, and I saw this enormous opportunity at enormous growth. So anyway, I came to the conclusion I should also have a way where the employees can participate in the profit sharing. So I came to the conclusion I got to be a public company, because when you have a private company and the employees would own a portion, it might be a time where the company's got no money. It's difficult. It has problems. So I decided if I have a public company and employees want to sell, they sell the shares and let it be whatever the market is. So anyway, I created a corporate constitution in simple terms that the main principle in that constitution was what we do with the profits. So 20% of the profits should go to the shareholders, 10% of the profits go to the employees over and above their wages, 6% goes to management, 7% goes to research, and 2% goes to charity. So when I put in the profit sharing, I released an enormous energy of unthought proportions, right? Because when the employees realized they get intangible terms, they benefit, right? Because the employees are on the front line. They can see what has to be done to make a better product for a better price. So anyway, the first year, our profits went up about 40%. The second year, it went up about 100%. The third year, they went up about 200%. So incredible. I was wondering, gee, what, so it just
You can't argue with success. It worked.
This was an evolutionary process, right? It didn't just come overnight. So I said, gee, this is great. And but as I got on in age, et cetera, and I saw the problems coming up, I said, gee, this would be a great plan for all businesses in Toronto, right? We called this, actually, Magna was more than a business. Magna was a culture. We called it the fair enterprise system. The basic philosophy on fair enterprise is the human charter of rights alone is not sufficient. We have to fortify it with an economic charter of rights. Economic charters of rights will lead to economic democracies, and economic democracies are the basis for democracy itself. So there is an evolutionary process which would lead. What I really want to get done is that Canada will be the first country in the world with an economic charter of rights. When you take a look, when you analyze it, I don't think there's a single negative thing about it, right? So let's talk about, you might ask me a question, how would people think, how people would feel about it, and I'd be very happy to talk about it.
All right, fantastic. And I think one of the questions that people have is, how can they bring these sort of things about? And I think people are going to want to know what sort of conversations they should be having with other small businesses, with politicians, with all of society. So if we can take a break right now, we'll come back and we'll break down with Frank Stronach how to bring about economic rights right here in Canada.